totally changed our life as well. We're giving you guys like a taste of what it looks like to be in the Elliott group every day. The people that we're around. You guys having fun?
Yeah.
This next guy, he started off as one of our clients. He's in Andy's Inner Circle Brotherhood, a group that we run with really close. This guy does all of Ian and I's internal marketing. If you mix marketing with some killer salespeople, what happens? You explode. So who needs more leads? Who needs to learn how to attract more customers? Okay. This guy's the master of that. And not only that, but he's kind of really a unique individual. He's a freaking jiu-jitsu guy. He's a jiu-jitsu champion or something like that. I just know that if you fight him in a little alley, dude, he's going to choke you out. He's a salesperson, but he's also like a nerd. Have you ever met like a sales nerd that likes to fight? Dude, that's dangerous. That's dangerous. So this next guy is super important to us because a lot of you guys might have seen some of our advertisements or clicked on them or bought some of that stuff from us. And Nate's helped us tremendously in that area. Want to give it up for Nate Tilley, guys. Nate Tilley. Give it up for Nate. Come on now, Nate. Let's go, Nate. Let's go, Nate. Let's go. All right, guys. Let's go, Nate. Let's go, guys. How you guys feeling today? Hey, how awesome is it to be here, guys? How has everything been? How was lunch? How have the Elliots taken care of you guys? They take good care of you guys? Let's give it up for the Elliots for having us. Guys, Jackie and Andy have been so welcoming to me. It's crazy. Just 7 months ago, I started with these guys. I texted Ian because I got pumped up off a video. I'm like, hey, dude, let's run through walls together. He's like, hey, why don't you come down here for an event first and see what we do? So I came down here and I told him at that first event, I was like, man, get me on stage. I got so much I got to say. He's like, hey, let's keep working together. Let's see what you can do. And 7 months later, here we are. So thank you guys for having me. So we're going to get right into it today, guys. I'll start off with a little bit about my story. I started out a 19-year-old kid between a rock and a hard place. I was just coming off of hitting rock bottom. Anybody in here ever hit rock bottom and came back? Yes, let's go, comeback kids. Let's go. Okay, so, and it's funny too, like Mike Tyson. I love Mike Tyson. He says rock bottom's like part of the story. It's struggle. It's beautiful, man. You gotta come back from it. You know, Mike Tyson. And it's like rock bottom is part of every good comeback story, right? So I was coming off that. I had hang around the wrong people, the wrong information, and I was completely lost. And I left all of that, lucky to be alive, and I was finding myself in a new town. I moved away from all those bad influences. I had nothing to my name. I had no development, no skills. I just had a heart, and I just wanted to be big. I just wanted to do something in my life. So, like a lot of us, we stumbled upon self-development, okay? I didn't have ETA Plus like we have now. We have these guys pouring into us. We have a whole app that you can just get onto and train and learn. I didn't have that. I spent 15, 16 hours a day on YouTube, on just going through and studying audiobooks, on podcasts, and I was just going in, okay? So I like to say, first you gotta grow up. Second, you gotta glow up if you ever wanna go up, okay? So that's the thing, guys. Like, and then the last part of that is you gotta show up, right? So first thing I did was grow up. I moved away from everything. Second thing I started to do was glow up. I was in the gym. I found Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I won an amateur MMA fight. I was just doing anything that I could to try to pursue better in myself, to try to prove to myself. All I ever wanted in my life was just to feel worthy. It was just to feel like I could impact people. It was just to feel like I could do something bigger. I didn't want to make a lot of money. I said 10K a month. Man, if I could ever make 10K a month, man, maybe I'll get my mom a house. You know, I didn't even know. We would go to the restaurant, you know, and you decide how hungry you were based on the price of food. Yeah. Oh, that $7 chicken tenders are looking good today. You know, and really you want to have the appetizer, you want to have the desserts, right? So with all that going on, I'm studying, I'm learning, opportunities are coming. I had 3 big epiphanies. Brandon, who was on here earlier, he calls them paradigm shifts. Okay, my first paradigm shift that I had in all of this, Jim Rohn says that your level of income rarely exceeds your level of personal development. And I knew right there it was simple. I keep learning, I'm going to start earning. I didn't have $1 to my name, but I knew eventually it would break through. Second epiphany, This one was huge for me. It's not about what you can get, but it's about what you can give. This made so much sense to me because I was like, I want to get this money. I want to get this life. I want to get all these things. But what am I going to give to get there? And that's when my whole world shifted. And I don't know, like, you guys ever felt like you're going around and you're like, dude, what am I doing with my life? I don't know if this is what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't know if I'm like doing the right thing. I felt like this when I was 19, 20 years old, having like a whatever existential crisis. And I realized that really it's all about just learning who you are and just putting in the work. So fast forward a little bit, I was ready to get into business. Like I learned and I'm like, who can I help? Who can I serve? What can I do? How can I be the best at the thing in front of me? I'm working at a car dealership in a gravel lot in the middle of nowhere, South Dakota. We were like tucked back in like a semi-truck, like, industrial area. There was zero showroom traffic. Nobody was coming into there. And I was just cleaning cars, just learning. And I was doing jiu-jitsu up the street. And I approached these guys because I had just came across a course from Ty Lopez. I don't know if any of you guys know Ty Lopez. So I went through his course. It was like $27. My first investment I ever made myself was $27. I thought about it for like so long. Like some of you guys are like thinking about joining ETA, $299. That's how I was on that $27. I was like, man, I might not be able to get coffee later. Like I was making some serious decisions. Really, it's $27 that changed my life, helped me make millions, right? So I got the course. I watched it 3 times front to back. It was a serious investment. When you're paycheck to paycheck, every dollar counts, right? Yes. So I'm learning. I approached the dealership owner and I'm like, hey man, I think I know how to run ads. And he's like, oh, okay. Well, here's the access to the page. How much you want to spend? I was like, just borrow me $100, man. I'll make up for it. I promise. I'll work extra. I'll do whatever. Here's $100. Here's my card. Like, okay. He never thought he was going to see that money back. I started doing lead generation ads. It was 2019. I generated 12 leads, called them on myself, texted them, everything. I sold my first 3 cars and made my first commission check, $3,800, which to me was like I just printed money off the internet. So I was like, this is $1 million. This is $1 million. Meanwhile, and I was like, maybe this is an isolated success. But meanwhile, the Jiu-Jitsu Academy, new students started coming in, kids started training Jiu-Jitsu, their program started growing. And soon enough, my coach was able to get new mats, new lights, get a waiting list, and now they're in a new facility that's triple the size of the one that we started in. And this is all from advertising, guys. Amen. So what I'm here to tell you guys today is that ads change lives. Ads have helped me change my life, have given me my dream life, my dream girlfriend, an amazing life, amazing, able to travel, able to be here, and I'm super, super thankful. By the way, who in here has seen our ads? Who's seen our ads on social media, clicked on one of our text messages, emails? Okay, by the way, who stalked at Coach Adam? Who stalked at Coach Adam? Think about that. A lot of you guys saw an ad, and now you're here. So ads are changing lives every day. They're connecting people. And a lot of people that are in sales are like, man, I don't need marketing. I'm going to go out there and knock down doors until I get my commissions. I'm going to take mine. And that's all great, but actually ads are sales. Ads is just the act of selling through written word and visual, like graphics or video. It's literally just a different form of sales. And the process, like how many people in here, does anybody do cold calling? Yep. Door knocking? Yep. Cold email? Yep. Cold outreach? Yep. How much time is that taking you guys on a weekly basis? All your time, right? Yes. Well, with ads, you get to flip that over. You get to have, instead of you having to go out there and prospect clients, it's doing that for you, and people get to reach out to me. I haven't knocked a door. Well, I did it once just to see what it was like. Freaking hard, okay? But people come to me. People reach out to me through ads. And this is a huge advantage. And the biggest advantage is because you get your time back. I believe that time is your most valuable asset. The time that we spend in this room is time that you're not spending with your family. It's time you're not working on your business. It's time you're not calling your leads. And this time that we're here right now is where we choose to be. And so if I can do anything to pay to get my time back, I will take that any single day. Okay? And by the way, guys, just really lock in here. Get your notepad ready and everything. Guys, Today has been incredible. These guys have done an amazing job. But guys, we're well over 50% of the way done. Soon we're all going to be heading back all across the country, and we're going to be going back to impact those people in our lives. Make sure you take something from here. Okay, what are you here to get? What are you here to learn? Make sure that's super clear. All right, guys. So, I'm going to teach you guys a little bit about how to do some super simple ads. Who in here thinks that they're qualified to run ads? A few of you. Okay, a good half of you. And for you other people, I want to ask you guys: do you have a cell phone and $20 to $30 in your account that you can do away with? Who's got a cell phone and $20 to $30? Everybody. Okay, iPhones? iPhones, okay, good. Join Citadel, convert is high. No, I'm just kidding. All right, guys, it's actually very simple. So the problem a lot of people make with their marketing, we figured out a really, really easy way to run paid ads. This is what I started doing when I was detailing cars and I went to selling, and it's through video advertising. A lot of you guys are savage at sales. Imagine that you could put your pitch in front of people every day, 24/7, 365, Christmas, holidays, when you're sick, all the time. That's what you get to do with ads. You get to put your salesmanship into a video form, and you get to have that showing on your behalf day in and day out. But a lot of people mess this up really bad. So, like, a lot of you guys will be like, hey, this is Nate, I'm down here at XYZ Autos. It's a sunny Thursday, and we got cars and trucks. You're not a fucking weatherman, okay? You're trying to sell some shit to people. Okay, a lot of people focus too much on them. We're here, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. No, it's got to be about them. Hey, if you're looking for a reliable vehicle and you've had some issues in the past with dealerships that weren't good for you, then I want to show you how we're the most transparent process. You're in and out of here in 45 minutes. I will work for you to the bank. Click the link below and I'll get in contact with you. Okay? So, who in here has a product or service that helps people? Who feels like when you sell a client or when you work with a client, they're impacted positively from what you do? How many people are out there with the problems that you solve?
A lot.
Thousands, maybe millions. If you're not advertising, you do a disservice to those people who are struggling with what you solve. You are disrespecting the oath that you took when you started in whatever field you're in to help those people by not spreading the word about what you do. Okay? These tools are so easy to use. I mean, like a fifth grader can figure out how to set up ads. It's not about the buttons you press. That's like a easy way for people to excuse themselves from not doing it. It's actually just about the system, and I'm going to give that system to you guys today so that you can do this for yourself. So, I believe that there's people in this world that have problems, and business owners, we have solutions. So, there's somebody out there, imagine this, whatever you sell, there's somebody out there on their knees just wishing that they could get help with whatever you sell. Just wishing that they could get this problem solved, okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to be that answer to their prayers, okay? And how you do this is you take your cell phone. You can do selfie style, talking head, that's fine. But I actually like to have somebody to just record you so you can have your full self into it. The one tip that I'd say for video is just 10x your energy. Like whenever a lot of people are like, what's up guys? I'm here trying to, like, you gotta be like, what's up Denver? I'm out here, we're doing this, we're doing that, okay? And the script is like this, okay? It's very simple. You call out the area. So what's up area? Whatever area you're in, you can say what's up, you can say hello, you can say attention. Call out the area first. Second, you're going to address people who have the problem that you solve. So it's going to look like this. What's up, Denver? If you are wanting to get your fitness in shape and you feel like you have lost your motivation in the gym, then you're going to explain the solution that you have. Then I want to show you how our New Year's fitness kickboxing program is helping mothers to get their fitness back and find freedom in their goals. Okay, a bonus to this is you add like 3 things that make it so simple and easy. Those we call benefit bullets. So you might say like classes for all ages, flexible schedule, and you might say like convenient like daycare or something that just makes them, you know, they're already interested in it, and then those things kind of tip them over, right? Okay, so this is the easiest way to do it. I'll tell you guys about a guy named David, okay? This guy he's in Long Island, he's a finance manager of a dealership, and he was like, really good on camera, had a lot of people that he'd done business with, but he's like an older guy. And we gave him these scripts for his dealership, and he went from selling 15 cars a month to selling 35 cars every single month with ads. We spend like $50 a day on. So all he says is, if you got good credit, bad credit, or low credit, listen up. My name's David. I'm the finance manager down here, and if you're worried about getting approved, I'll help you. I'll be your voice to the bank, plates, license, registration, soup to nuts. I'll help you get approved. Then he started getting confidence, and this dude comes in a cowboy hat, and he's like, I'm the Loner Ranger. I'm like, whoa. And he built this whole persona, okay, because he started seeing the people coming in. Yeah. After a couple of months, I talked to him like, David, how's it? Oh, it's been incredible. People are showing up every day to the dealership, and they recognize me, and they come right up to me. Oh, you're the guy from the video. How easy do you think the sale is then? When they already know you, when they're coming to you, when they're showing up, and they already have a feel for what you do. I got some people that'll find like a YouTube video, and they'll be like, yeah, I saw your video at 1 a.m. I watched the whole thing. It was an hour long, and now I'm on this call. What does it cost? I want to work with you. You know, so like if you're not putting, and a picture's worth 1,000 words, a video's worth 1,000,000 pictures. So like the easiest thing to do, everybody's like, what ad picture is the best? It's like, well, no ad picture is going to do better than actually the guy on video doing the video. And the trick with this is like, if you're a business owner out here, like not as much for the salespeople, if you're a salesperson, just you should be blasting these out. And by the way, a lot of people, well, I did ads and it didn't work. Well, how many pitches did you do that you didn't close? Yeah. Like this is a process. Like this is sales, and it's the exact same as what you can do with everything else. So I call those hypnotic viral video ads. You don't have to post all the time. When you run a good ad with a good message and you put that out there, people are going to resonate with it. I did the same thing for the Jiu-Jitsu Academy that I train now in Denver. What I helped them out, they were at 150 students. I moved down to Colorado from South Dakota, where I'm from. And I was like, hey, professor, I know you're not charging me. I try to pay. He's like, don't worry about it. Just help out at the gym. Okay, back to that customer service like Salim was talking about. I'll never forget how he helped me out when I moved. So I was like, what can I do for this guy? And I was like, let me try to run some of these ads for him. I took him from 154 students paying $200 a month to 315 students paying $200 a month.
Go.
And guys, I love how that looks on paper. You know, they'll make an extra $500,000. You know, everybody's getting paid. My friends are making more money. You know, it's all great. And they've sent me so many referrals. But there's a silver lining behind this. When you guys can actually, when your product or service helps people, you take good care of your customers, and now you have this automated machine bringing people in. It's not about the money, okay? It's the impact. This is hundreds of people that have started jiu-jitsu that are doing a martial art. That's hundreds of people who are now better fathers, better brothers, better mothers, better sisters, better neighbors, and taking better care of each other because they started writing their story with martial arts because they saw an ad. Okay? A lot of you guys might have started writing your story of personal development when you saw one of our ads. You know, and so advertising changes lives. Guys, it absolutely changed mine. Couple quick tactical tips for you guys. So, follow-up. Everybody talks about follow-up, blah, 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 follow-up, 5-minute follow-up. You guys should all know that. If you're not calling your leads within 5 minutes, you're losing 80% of your leads. That's like a Harvard-backed study. That's like, I mean, just like, if there's one single switch you make right now, call leads within 5 minutes. And I'm going to tell you the best switch that we've learned. 5 minutes is like the old rule for me and my team. Now it's the 1 minute rule, okay? You increase your contact rates by 391% according to one study, just by calling people within 1 minute. Imagine it. Imagine you guys just filled out ETA. Oh, check out this training. What is this? Now you get a call, and it's Adam, and you're still on the website. Like, imagine, like, so many car dealerships. I work with tons of car dealerships, guys. I've got hundreds that I do ads for now. By the grace of God, thanks to him for all that.
Amen.
But I work with car dealerships, and these guys, like, you know, they think that like there's some magical bullet, and it's like you gotta call your people, you gotta connect with people. If somebody sends in a request for a vehicle on a Friday night and they don't hear back till Monday morning, there's a lot of time in there to make different decisions. You need to get on with that guy. I've called GMs at 2 a.m. before that have reached out through my ads. 3-location deal. The guy doesn't have any time during the day. He's up at 2:30 in the morning. I'm up at 2:30 in the morning. Hey, I just saw that you reached out to my ads. Okay, can we talk soon? You know, and sure enough, he's like, nobody's ever called me at 2:30 in the morning. Well, this is crazy. I don't even know if it's legal, but hey, relax me, so it's all good, right? Okay, so get your follow-up process in line. I actually automate all of this. I have a software that does all the follow-up now. I'll tell you guys how you can like check me out with other stuff later, but I want to keep this tactical for you. So when you're wondering about this, you're like, yeah, that sounds good, but like money, like how does the money work? Like it costs money, right? Well, you're either always going to pay with your time or your money, right? And I'd always love to pay for anything to get my time back, right? Like my grandpa, he's on his deathbed. You know, it's been this way for months, and he's just like, he's ready to go. And it's super sad, but the last time I saw him, he told me, he's like, you know how much I'd give to be your age again? To be, you know, dating this girl, to be able to do all these things? He would give anything, everything that he had to go back and be 20 again, to go back and be 25 again. And he said he would do anything to be 25 again and to be in this room right now. How many of us are around, like in our 20s? Woo! Like, dude, we're right here. We're right here. So what are we going to be doing when we're Andy's age? How many people are we going to be able to impact, right? And that's what all this really boils down to, guys. By advertising, you're able to spread your impact, okay? So, but you're like, okay, well, what about my money? How am I going to spread that and like still pay the rent? Okay, let me tell you how to make this so you can have a golden ATM, okay? So a lot of my clients, there's people always ask me like cost per lead, like clicks, what do you track? I don't track any of that. I don't even care. There's two things I track. Cost per acquisition, meaning cost per sale, and lifetime value, okay? If you're able to pay less than whatever the lifetime value is per cost per acquisition, then you have a multiplier on your hands. Let me give you a practical example. Garden City, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, the dealership that I mentioned with David, those guys are able to sell cars for, on average, $180 cost per car sold from ads. Okay, but let's just round up to $300 to keep it even. Okay, so $300 cost per car sold. Does anybody know roughly how much a used car dealership makes per transaction? $6,000, that's a good guess. A lot of times they are like $6,000, but the average is about $2,800, $3,200. Let's call it $3,000. So if they're able to spend $300, sell a car, make $3,000 on the other end, that's a 10x ROI. Yep. Guys, imagine if we're out in a restaurant later, Moxie's or whatever you guys like to hear down in Scottsdale. We're down there and we look over at the ATM and we're like, I think that thing's giving out 10s for every one that you put in. Like, we'd be running over there. How much money would you put into that machine? Yeah. How much money? I'd be calling friends of friends of friends of friends, and I'm like, hey, man, you gotta give me this money. I'd be taking sketchy loans and just jamming that golden ATM, just like filling bags of money, right? Well, this sounds crazy, but this is actually the reality for a lot of my clients. I've been working with people for 3-4 years, running the same kind of ads, the same kind of system, and when you look at the numbers, it's like, dude, these guys, like we work with the biggest jiu-jitsu brand, anybody that does jiu-jitsu called Shoyu Roll, and I spent about $12,000 on their ads, and they made back $250,000 in sales. Woo. And it's just like, dude, that's like 25x, 30x, like those guys, they got a golden ATM, right? And so when you get this process right, and it won't be on your first try, just like the first time you sold something, it didn't work out for you. But this can actually literally change your life, help you to get in front of more people, and help you to change more lives. So Ian and Evan always say, you got to get around the right people, the right information. Yes. And I feel so blessed to be able to do that here with you guys today. All my life, I just wanted to be around good people, and finally we're able to do that. So, guys, I don't know how much time I have here. About 5? Okay. All right, guys. So I do want to take some Q&A from you guys for advertising, and hopefully this was helpful for you too. Go ahead, brother, right here.
Yeah, when you're advertising, we own a professional window washing company, and we've tried Google ads and Facebook ads. Is there one that you like, this is the go-to, this is where you make money, or is it kind of a broad spectrum?
Yeah, so it all depends on your industry. One thing that I'll tell you guys, when you know your customer, the ad writes itself. So the first thing to ask is, who do you help? Okay, what problem do you solve? Then start reverse engineering that. What agitates the customers that I have? What other things have they tried that have failed? What kind of things just piss them off that when I talk to them, they're just like, I wish I didn't have to deal with this. So you take all that and you put that into your app. For window washing, personally, you know, if your toilet breaks, you're going to Google, like, I need this toilet fixed, and you're searching. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I don't like look at my windows and I'm like, oh yeah, I better get that. Like I better get on that and call my window guy. That's like a Facebook thing. It's like a little bit more. It's like spur of the moment. You put it in front of them. They're like, oh damn, a bird's gonna fly through that window. It's so nice. Let me call these guys, and then they're gonna click on your ad. What we like to do is use lead forms, guys. You don't need any complicated website, funnel, tech, nothing. You just Facebook and Instagram have a built-in form where you can just grab people's names, emails, phone numbers. You can also ask them other qualifying questions. And really quickly, you get these people's information and then you just give them a call. So I would literally make a video where you call out your area and you tell people what you do and how you can help, focus all about them, and then at the end, make the call to action very easy. Hey, reach out to me via, or click the link below and we'll reach out. And then when they do click that, that's them giving you a chance. And you have a window that closes right after the second that they click that. Call them. Hey, actually, I just got a request. I see your address right here. I'll put it in my map. So you're about 20 minutes away. I'll be down there soon. They're like, whoa, I just filled out a lead form. They're like, oh, we're ready to go. Speed the lead. So overall, I think Facebook and Instagram ads are a lot cheaper and more effective for many companies. But if you're like a home services business, like a roofing company or something, then you're going to want to make sure that you have a strong presence on
Testing as well, I think.
Definitely.
Testing.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, in the beginning, when you don't have as much of a budget to test, it's a little bit more tricky. But yeah, I mean, you're going to have to make a lot of different iterations and try different things. And don't just try one ad and think it's going to work. But when you finally find that one ad that does work, I've taken companies to 7 figures worth of profit just from one ad. So, it can work like that. Let's take a couple more. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, are you taking on new clients?
Absolutely, always. Yeah, so if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, it's at The Process BJJ. That's The Process BJJ, like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And I've actually got a school community where it's some simple training, totally free, guys. Just like we have an ETA. And it'll teach you guys how you can get this set up for yourself, run in about 15 minutes or less. And it's a really good training. There's no sales pitch in there. It's literally just free training for you guys to provide it.
Okay.
Go ahead, brother.
I'm 20 years old, and I was able to resonate so much when he said you first came out here 7 months or whatever. So I'm super fired up, and I've been studying market, like how to do VSL landing page, Instagram ads, and just seeing you out here and doing this speech just gives me like goosebumps that I genuinely found the right person and the right information, and I would want to work with you for free. I don't want anything from you. I just want the fire, man. I just want the impact.
Appreciate that. Guys, give it up for me too. Give it up for me. I'm just telling you guys, he said something that's so smart. Listen to this.